Welcome back, guys. This is our third episode of Women Empowerment Wednesdays. Yes. Are you guys excited? I'm just jump right into it pretty much. Today, as you can see from the description and from the title, we're going to discuss the stages of self-love. And I have stages of self-love and I also have steps of self-love, but I want to start with the stages so that you can understand the steps of self-love. So I'm going to try and get through to both, but I don't want to make this video too long. So I am going to first start off with the stages, and then if it gets past like 15-minute video, then I'll make it a part 2 and I'll give you guys the steps, the steps of how to, get into it. While I'm doing this video, I'm going to be eating some nice, pretty red strawberries. Look so good. I should take a thumbnail picture first. Give me some nice strawberry. And yeah, let's jump into it. So, if I can remember, I think the last question I asked you guys was, what hinders us from being able to, why do we lack self-love? That was the question. Why do we lack self-love? So I'm gonna start off with that. I think someone commented on Instagram and said because we get busy and we lose sight of what we was actually looking forward to. So that's a really good answer. That's the answer I was kind of looking for, and that's the answer I was kind of hoping to hear about, So why do we lack self-love? The first reason that somebody gave me, because we lose sight, we get busy, we lose sight of what we got going on, we lose sight of who we are, who are the people around us, and we also lose sight of who are the people we bring around us. So that's a really easy way to lose your self-love, because you got so many people around you that don't love themselves, and they can show you what it's like, and you're not able to show it to them because your brain is already flipping about what everything else you got going on in your life. It makes you really busy. Number 2, I would say we lack it because we don't understand it. Some people don't understand what it is. Some people don't understand where it come from, or why you're supposed to have it, or why you're supposed to, love yourself, or you don't even understand why you're supposed to understand it. So that's a really good reason to why you can lack self-love. Third reason would be, I don't want to say because the people around you, because that can kind of fit in with busyness. And like I said, if you're busy having so many people around you, and you got all these people around you who don't already, look at self-love like you want to look at it, then you're never going to get on the track of loving yourself. So I'm going to keep it short like that. So just 3 reasons to why people lack self-love. You guys can always give me comments on what you feel like you lack self-love for. So let's get into the stages. I have 4 stages of self-love. 4 stages would be spiritual from the inside. I'll break it down for you, and I'll help you understand what I mean when I say which stage and what each stage plays, or what part each stage play in your life or in your self-love journey. So spiritual is number 1. Spiritual will always be number 1 because it's the deepest. That's where you're going to get everything. That's where everything comes out. That's where you know what you got going on with yourself. And as long as your spirit connects with yourself, or your spirit connects with love, then you would understand self-love. You would understand what it's like to, how can I say this? You understand what it's like to love yourself. As long as you have a spiritual connection with it, then you'll understand what it's like to love yourself. I said it correctly. There we go. The second one will be mental. So mental comes with understanding because, see your head, obviously. So mental comes with understanding, but once you understand spiritually, okay, I'm trying to break this down for y'all. Once you understand spiritually, then your brain automatically, I would say your brain, your mental automatically thinks, okay, her spirit feeds off of love, then I'm gonna feed off of love. Let's say spirit, mental, emotion, and physical talk. Let's say they all have their own voices and they all can tell you what they feel like. So once your spirit understands that, you know, your spirit can feed off of some love, or can feed off even love from somebody else, then it'll help you understand what it's like to love yourself. So then you get up to mental, and once your mind realizes that your spirit being is, you know, have this love about themselves, or, you know, that understands that you have a love about yourself, then your mind's going to automatically put you in that state to where you can love yourself, you know, or where you can understand what it's like to love yourself. So mental would be the second one, because it's, if I'm going from inside out, we don't want to go outside in, because you don't want to start from, oh, I look pretty right here, and you really don't even feel pretty on the inside yet. Number 3 would be emotion. Emotional stage is hard. It could be hard. It ain't hard. It can be hard, okay? But you can make it hard, but it can be really easy as well. Because if you let anyone else take over your emotions, are you really in control of your self-love? Is it really called self-love if you're not in control of it? Real? Or is it really called self-love if you don't have control over yourself? Right, so it can be easy. You guys just gotta make it easy. So your third one would be emotional. You need to be able to, you need to be able to understand that when you love yourself, you're less emotional about what other people think. If that makes sense to y'all, if you understand that. Once you love yourself, or once you realize that you got an emotional connection with yourself, then you ain't worried about what another person think, or you're not worried about how another person feels about your emotions, you know. And when I say emotions, I mean about you crying, about you laughing, about you being happy. And emotional comes, your happiness come out from your emotions. And your happiness is going to come from your self-love. So you need to know your emotional stage of self-love, so that you can understand how to be happy with yourself, or so that you can understand how to make yourself happy, at least. Because if you're not there yet, then you can at least make yourself happy. You start working on it, you know. These are good. The next one would be physical. It's where everybody lack because you lack the rest. This is where it makes it look like this person don't love themselves because they feel like they're ugly, you know, or because they feel like their hair not curly enough, or because their hair not straight enough, you know. This is where I feel like physical play a big part in it, but it's not the most important part, because like I said, you got to go from inside out, and you have to love yourself inside first. In order to love this part, you need to be able to love this part, you know, the part in your gut, the part that's back there. So physical is, you know, loving your nose, not being able to go and change it, or loving the fact that you got freckles, or loving the fact that your eyebrows are too thick. You know, that's physical. Physical is everything that's on the outside, everything that's, you know, everything that people could see. So first stage, spirits. Second is mental. Third is emotion. Fourth is physical. Spirit is from way deep. You know, this is beyond what you can see. This is beyond what you can feel. This is kind of like, how would I describe it? I don't want to say outer world, but it kind of is, because it's kind of like you're looking deeper into what you are, or deeper into what you believe in, you know. So that's how I would label spiritual. I would label spiritual as the outer world, the world that I can close my eyes and I can go deep into, and that's my spirit. That's what I can understand. My mental, I would label that as my brain, my thoughts. I'm gonna leave it there. Just your thoughts. Because first you gotta think about what you say. You gotta think about what you feel. You have to think about everything. Everything run across your mind before you even come out, or everything run across your mind before you even get the chance to feel what it feels like. So you have to think about it first. So that's your mental part of it. That's what I would call your mental part of it, the part that you thought about, or the part that you felt like you had to think about. So that would be your mental part of your stage. And then your emotional part is your feelings, how you feel. Do you feel like you love yourself? Good question, right? Do you really feel like you love yourself? So that would be your emotional part. Do you really feel like this is what I deserve? Do you really feel like this is what I need? for me, this is what I need to make me happy. This is what I need to love myself. Do you really feel like that? That would be your emotional stage. And then my physical, if I feel like it, I'm gonna see it. So the next one, physical. What do you see? What do you see when you look into your mirror, or when you look into, you know, you look at yourself, what you see? Because if you don't see self-love, you ain't got it. Or if you don't see love in yourself, then you don't have it. You have to see love in yourself first. So, and I didn't explain in the beginning, but I want to break down the purpose for understanding the stages of it. I would say the purpose for understanding the stages of self-love is so that when you do get to that point where you've learned how to love yourself, or to the point where you know, you kind of know you love yourself, or you know if you don't. Because it is a I do or I don't. It's not an in-between, or I kind of do, or I a little bit do, or this person do, but I kind of do. Nah, it's a I do or I don't. The purpose is, it makes your life better. First of all, I mean, who won't walk around confused, right? So first of all, it makes life better. It makes life easier. It makes it more easier to make a choice. The moment you don't love yourself, it's easy to make a bad choice. So it makes it way easier to make a choice. It makes it way easier to live life. It makes it way easier to enjoy life. Sorry, y'all. I don't feel. Makes it easier to enjoy life, you know. So that would be your purpose. Your purpose for understanding your spiritual is so that you understand what it's like to be in the spirit. You understand what it's like to be in the spirit of happiness, the spirit of love, spirit of self-love, okay? The purpose of knowing your mental is so that you understand what it's like to think about love, to think about your self-love, to think about yourself. As selfish as it sounds, it feels amazing to think about yourself. A lot. Emotional. Your purpose for emotional is so that you don't be that emotional wreck. So that we don't turn into the emotional wreck for not understanding how much we love ourselves. So if I was to sit here and tell y'all you should love yourself, and I go home and I don't love myself, I'm gonna turn into an emotional wreck. Can't tell you something that I don't know. I'm gonna break down. It's not gonna work. It's like putting water in a car and you know that it ain't gonna work. Gotta understand that. Purpose for physical is so that you don't change what you have to become, you know, something that you thought you loved, or something that you didn't realize you didn't really love about yourself, or to even change something that you didn't realize you didn't love about yourself. I didn't even think about that. Physical is really the purpose of physical, you know, the purpose of learning the stage of physical love is so that you don't have to change what you didn't understand. I'm gonna bring up the steps to y'all, but I feel like it'll draw the video out too long. So I'm gonna tell you the steps. I'm gonna say the steps, and then I'm probably gonna break it down on the next video. I would say the first step would be accepting the Creator's love. The second one would be loving yourself. That's where we at. That's where we at with this. We at self-love. Third step, love each other. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, instead of breaking this down, because I'm already at 20 minutes with this video, instead of breaking it down, how I broke down the stages and how I helped you guys understand the stages of it, or the stages of your, from you, you know, I'm gonna come back to this. I wanna ask, what would you say your steps to self-love would be? That's the new question for this week. Question for this week is, what would you say your steps to self-love would be? Now remember, stages: spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. Spiritual first, mental next, emotional next, physical last. outside last. You ever heard when they say people are supposed to heal from the outside in? I mean, from the inside out. People are supposed to heal from the inside out. So, love from the inside out. Okay? We're going to come back to the steps. The steps is accepting. Well, my steps, I feel like my steps personally will be accepting, love yourself, love others. Comment, like, subscribe. Comment on what would you feel like your steps to self-love would be. Okay? I'm going to wrap this video up because I don't want to take too long and I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. First of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me on my Women Empowerment Wednesdays. This is the InnerQueens nonprofit organization. Right now, we're just focusing on being able to get the knowledge of loving yourself before we start creating events and creating all the other stuff. So that's the goal right now. My goal is to help you guys understand what it's like to love yourself and what it's like to get into the move of loving yourself. So realize that you are that you have an inner queen in you spiritually, and it feels amazing to bring it out. So that's the goal here. The goal is to bring out your inner queen. Okay? Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode of Women Empowerment Wednesday. Oh, wait, hold up. No, that's backwards.
It's gonna be a good celebration.
I don't know, but I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Women Empowerment Wednesdays. Thank you so much for tuning in, okay? I gotta go get my child because I kicked her out so I could do this video for y'all.